Todd, welcome.
Find guys that are mentally tough and mentally smart enough, and the game's not too big for them, that just love to play football. And it doesn't always come in the form of maybe the most talented players, but the guys that come in are ready to play right now. They study, they do a great job studying, as well as understanding what they need to do on the field. And those guys have come through big for us.
Now that you've had a couple of games to evaluate Nick Leverett's play at left guard, what is your opinion of his play, and will he continue to be the starter moving forward?
Luke's still hurt right now. There's more games to play. Obviously, we like what he's doing right now. Nick has always been tough and physical for us. He played a big part in a lot of the run game yesterday. We'll evaluate more when Luke comes back, but he's playing great right now. He's earned an opportunity to play.
You're talking about Nick, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Joey Knight.
Todd, obviously, Julio made a couple nice plays for you, didn't get targeted a whole bunch, but can you just speak to just the extra dimension and how he opens things up for you when he's out there and he's healthy, just what he brings for you guys?
That's some of the things we've seen when we signed him. Hopefully he's getting over that hump now. He played well yesterday. He gives us an added dimension. He takes some pressure off of the other two receivers that we have right now, and he opens up the run game some. What really want to notice that he did a fantastic job blocking down the field. The receivers did a great job blocking. They got Rashard some extra yardage.
Is this kind of what you envisioned for the past game? It was very balanced, as you said. Your tight ends were healthy. Julio was out there. Was this kind of what y'all envisioned all along?
Yeah, along with the run game. The run game opens up more play action passes, and we got the ball rolling yesterday. So we were able to suck some people up and then throw behind them.
And finally, do you expect Lenny to be good to go in 2 weeks when y'all play at Cleveland?
It's early to tell right now. We'll get the treatment and we'll reevaluate it next week.
Okay, thanks, Todd.
Evan Klosky.
Hey, Todd, speaking on the injury note, is there a potential that Logan Ryan would be making his way back coming out of the bye? Is that a potential coming out of it?
It's possible, but I doubt it right now. I haven't seen him running yet, so it's way too early to say he'll be back right now. We'll just wait and see as it goes.
Okay. And then also, just for you as a coaching staff, how do you attack this bye week, and what goes into that extra week to kind of reassess and also rest at the same time?
You try to get ready for Cleveland. You start looking at them early. You don't go overboard with it. You start looking at them early and kind of space your days out instead of watching them in 2 days and trying to cram everything. You kind of space your days out some and try to look at every little thing and see things that we can try and do better for the second half of the season. Then you kind of lock in on it toward the end of the week and get started next week.
Ira Kaufman.
Todd, I wasn't in your defensive meetings, Todd, last week, but I guarantee you mentioned Kenneth Walker 47 times, Todd. He got the ball, 10 carries. He went nowhere. Todd, he never got to the second level. And so how proud are you of this collective rushing effort against one of the hottest runners in the league?
Well, I didn't mention him 47 times. It was probably more like 99. We thought the game, their offense started and ended with him. As much talent as they have on the outside, we thought he did the most damage. And to try to limit him from running the football because he has great vision, great feet. We think he's an outstanding back and probably one of the best young backs in the league, if not one of the best backs in the league. To hold him down was very important for us. So I'm proud of that part from the defensive front. The corners as well, they tackled well.
And Todd, I'm just wondering, on your flight back, or you've had time to think about it. A lot of people are talking about the turf at the stadium. Did you have any problems with it, Todd? Could the league do a little better job going forward?
It was slick. I mean, it was a slick field for both teams. We understood that. Everybody had on their long cleats, but it was still a slippery field. I don't know how much you can do about that when the field is slick. Don't know if the rain or anything had anything to do with it, but you play on those surfaces and you kind of adjust, but it was a slick surface.
Thanks, Todd.
JC Allen.
Hey, Coach. Just you've been getting a lot of contributions from the rookies, Rashad White, Kadon, Kamara, etc. You started Rashad White at running back. Just wondering what went into that, and is there a possibility that he's going to get more snaps and maybe even be the starter going forward for you guys?
We have different packages for guys, and we just started out with that package. You know, it was a change of pace package that we started out with, and the plays we had scheduled for Rashad, that happened to be one of the plays we had scheduled for him. So that's how we came out with the game.
And as far as K. Dotton goes, with Cam Brate back and healthy, does he still remain that tight end one for you guys because of his blocking ability and obviously developing receiving skills, or is that more of a rotational basis you guys will use him on?
It'll be a rotation, obviously. We got guys we like to rotate in with Cam and Cade and Cole as well. So it'll be a rotational basis depending on what we have up.
Scott Reynolds.
Todd, you were very complimentary of Geno Smith, one of your former players, before the game. Now that you went to battle with him yesterday and you got a chance to see him, he's one of the better stories, obviously, with his resurgence of his career this year. What were your thoughts on Geno Smith, seeing him live and in person yesterday?
Obviously, he played tough. He played gritty. He got him back in the ball game. You know, he's been playing like that all year. We knew the game wasn't over. He made some plays, obviously, to get him back in the ball game. But I told him how proud I was of him after the ball game and to keep going and keep working. And, you know, I was just happy to see him have success.
After the Ravens game, you implored your defense to play for 4 quarters. They've done that now for these last 2 games, playing 4 quarters for you in terms of the effort and the discipline, et cetera. What else is happening to have your defense play so well, to hold the Rams to 13 points, the Seahawks to 16, and more importantly, to play well enough to win these last 2 games?
Communication has picked up. You know, the communication has picked up and guys are talking to each other a lot more than they have been. Obviously, with Winfield down and Logan Ryan down, we lost a lot of communication. But a lot of guys have stepped up and start believing in each other and playing for the guy next to him. And I think that's picked up and changed a lot.
We have time for a few more. We'll finish with Evan Winter and then Evan Klosky.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, on Seattle's first 3rd down, y'all had a rotation up there in the front 7 that really threw them off and caused that delay of game. Obviously, we see a lot of rotation on the back end post-snap. Just wanted to get your thoughts on the benefits of a pre-snap rotation on the front 7. You just don't really – obviously, you throw a lot of exotic looks out there, but you just don't really see that with defenses a lot of times.
Well, sometimes because they can run the ball on you if you have people out of place too much. Obviously, with the people we had out there with Joe and Avery, we thought they were athletic enough to go behind the ball and give a different look and still be solid in the run game as well. So we try to tweak some things as we go, and we're starting to get into certain things and doing different things for the second half of the season that we think can help us going forward.
And just real quick on Joe Tryon-Schwenka covering Disley down the sideline on the wheel route. Don't really see a lot of outside linebackers with that type of athleticism run stride for stride with guys like that, even if it was a tight end. I just wanted to get your overall thoughts on JTS and his ability to give you that wrinkle in your defense.
No, Joe's a good athlete. You know, he can cover a lot of people and do a lot of things for us. Obviously, we don't ask him to cover much, but in that situation, he did a good job going down the sidelines. And, you know, if I say this too loud, he's going to get a big head. So, you know, there's some things he can get better at, obviously. So we'll go forward from there.
Last question from Evan Klosky.
Ty, I know you touched on this yesterday, just how impressive it was for Devin White even to get on the plane to then, on top of that, play the game and play the way that he has. You know, a couple of weeks ago, Devin took a lot of licks, was being questioned. Just what have you seen from him and his maturity to take all that adversity on and off the field and then channel it into such a positive direction on the field, which has made a tremendous impact for your team back-to-back weeks now?
I mean, great players understand that criticism comes with it when you're not winning, and he'll be the first to be hard on himself. So anything else he gets from the outside world probably doesn't even affect him as much as he beats himself up. But he's a pro. He'll put his head down. He'll go back to work. He'll look at the little things. He'll study tape. He'll come back and work harder than he has to, and he'll try to make it right. And he's been doing that the last 2 weeks, so we're happy with him.
All right, that's all we have. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.